Hi y'all, I'm Allison. I am way behind on my extra reading challenges and I need some motivation to get caught up. So there's three that I participate in. The TBR Knockout from Completely Melanie, Read Your Bookshelf from Chantel Reads All Day, and then Buzzword from Lala and Books. Okay, so I have a long list of prompts that I have to fill for each of these different readathons, and I have just run into a brick wall. I've become so indecisive that it's gotten ridiculous. So if I'm going to have any prayer of catching up on these, I need to at least pick what book I'm going to read for each prompt. So that's where the little game comes in. It's really simple. I've got a jar full of criteria, and I have pulled 3 books that will match each prompt. I'm going to pick the criteria and then go to the wheel, and that will determine what the final book will be. So let's jump right into it and get started. Let's see, with TBR Knockout by Completely Melanie, I am 2 months behind if we count June. So I need books for May and June. So let's start with May. The first prompt was a book your mom would enjoy, because May was themed after Mother's Day. So let me show you the books. Now, this one is going to be a little different. We're running with pieces of paper because they are on my Nook. I have Stephanie Plum. So this would be Hard 8 is the next book that I'm on. And then I also have The Husband List, which is by Janet Ivanovich, on my Nook as well. And a more recent release from her, The Recovery Agent by Janet Ivanovich. You guessed it. My mom's a big fan, as am I. Just draw a piece of paper and find out what our criteria is. Okay, so we are going by acquire date. So oldest to newest. The one I got first was Stephanie Plum, and then The Husband List, and the most recent is Recovery Agent. So we're in order. Now I simply go to the wheel and find out which one we'll be picking, first, middle, or last. All right, let's give it a spin. Okay, so the newest, because it says first, newest, or shortest, and we went from oldest to newest, so that would be The Recovery Agent. Those other books don't count. So I hope that makes sense. It's really simple, and it's a fun little way to make the final decision. So this time we've got a new series by Janet Ivanovich, and this is The Recovery Agent. She goes on looking for missing artifacts and stuff. My mother has read this twice, so she definitely likes it. I haven't read it yet, and I'm excited to. Plus, it's not too thick. So this will be a good one. Okay, the second prompt from Melanie was a book that has a mom in it. So let me pick our options. We're going back to Stephanie Plum with Hard 8. Definitely has a mother in it. She's quite a big character in it. And Our Last Echoes. And then Infinity. This is the Chronicles of Nick. Let's find out what order I need to put them in before we spin the wheel. Okay, this time we're going by title length. So I have to count the number of letters in the title and stack them shortest to longest title. Okay, so shortest title is Infinity, and then Hard 8, and then Our Last Echoes. Let's give this wheel a spin and find out which one wins. Okay, we get middle. Hard 8. Yes, I get to continue with Stephanie Plum. All right, so that's my May books. Now let's move on to June for TBR Knockout. And the theme for June is Pride. So Pride Month. And I need an LGBTQ author. I have 3 right here. Ashley Herring Blake with Delilah Green Doesn't Care. Adiba, I'm not sure how to pronounce her last name, but it's Honey and Issues Guide to Fake Dating, and Perfect on Paper by Sofia Gonzalez. So let's find out which way I have to stack it. I don't think I'm gonna have enough papers. Okay, and this one is going to be by page count, and I have to go lowest to highest. Okay, wow. So Honey is $3.44. Perfect on Paper is $3.46. And then Delilah Green was $3.90. So that's our order. Let's find out which one's going to win. I kind of want Perfect on Paper. Middle. I got Perfect on Paper. I got this book on recommendation from Melanie because it was a group read for a different one of her season-a-thon reading challenges. Anyway, I'm really looking forward to this. We have like a little advice column going in a locker at school. All right, the next prompt from Melanie is LGBTQ in the book. So I have The Grimrose Girls, My Lady's Crossing. This is an interactive romance. It'll tell you to make a decision and then you go to a certain page. And the newest from Sarah Penner, which is The London Seance Society. So let's find out how I need to stack these. Okay, this one goes by pub date. So oldest to newest. I'm going to have to look this up. Okay, I lucked out. So they're all from different years, so I don't have to look it up. 2018, 2021, and this year, 2023. All right, let's spin the wheel and find out which one it's going to be. I don't know if I have a preference on this one. We got middle again. Okay, so The Grimrose Girls by Laura Pohl. And I'm a little leery of this. This was one that was a blind book or blind date. It was wrapped up when I bought it. And when I was looking at the publication date, there are trigger warnings in this, content warnings. Mentions a suicide, a parental, physical, and emotional abuse, and parental death. Depictions of anxiety, OCD, and light gore. So we will see. It's 4 friends, one murder, and a dark fate that may leave them all doomed. So that actually is at a boarding school. It's a mysterious death of their best friend. Okay, and her death is ruled as a suicide, but they're determined to find out what really happened. So I don't think I'll find it too triggering. We will see. Okay, so I have all my books that I need for TBR Knockout. Yay. So let's move on to Read Your Bookshelf by Chantel Reads All Day. As you can see on this one, what you pick in the previous month determines what your current month will be. I have to go all the way back to April. So I had to get a different genre from a mystery. And I did choose Spellbound for that, and this is on my June TBR. So we're working from Spellbound, and I have to find a book that has more pages than this one. Spellbound had 327 pages, so I need something higher than that. And the ones I picked as potentials are Once Upon a Dream, which is part 2 in the Twisted Tales, Storyteller, which keeps going on my TBR and just keeps waiting, and then Stealing Athena, which is a historical fiction that I got a long time ago. Let me find out how I need to stack these. Yay, I'm finally finding my groove. I feel a little scattered tonight, which is kind of on par. Okay, so this one, I have to put them in alphabetical order, A to Z. The does not count. Our stack turns out to be Once Upon a Dream, Stealing Athena, and then The Storyteller. Okay, and we're going from A to Z, first to last. And we're going to get first. Okay, so closest to A. Yay. Once Upon a Dream. I get to continue with the Disney retelling, A Twisted Tale, and this is obviously Maleficent, a Sleeping Beauty. So I'm excited about that. I really enjoyed the first one, which was A Whole New World. It was an Aladdin retelling. So I hope this will be just as entertaining. Now, the next prompt for this one is I have to have half as many letters in the title. So I picked 3 that all had the same title or letter count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we got 14 letters in Once Upon a Dream. So I need a book with 7-letter title. I came up with The Twin by Natasha Preston, 7 letters. And then we have Hostage by Claire McIntosh and Bravely by Maggie Stivater, all 7 letters. Let's find out what order I need to stack them in. This worked out good because I only have one piece of paper left. And I think this might be, I don't know, we'll see. I think this is the last one. Okay. Series length. Okay, so I have to go from the shortest to the longest series length. This doesn't work because those are all 3 standalones. What I'm going to do is pull all the pieces of paper out of the other ones and put them back into the jar because I think I had more and I don't know where they are. I will find them, I'm sure, as soon as I'm done filming because that's just how it goes, right? Okay, so let's take this one. Okay, now we need acquire date. I have to find out the most, oldest to newest. So what I bought a long time ago, most recent on the bottom. I'm going to double check my reading journal. I am 95% sure that I got the twin the first. Okay, I got the twin in March of 2021. Hostage, I know, was a gift. Okay, what are the odds? I got Bravely on May 8th. I ordered it online. And then I got Hostage on May 8th for Mother's Day. So, I am going to say Bravely was first because I ordered that one. And then I was gifted Hostage on the same day. What are the freaking odds? Which is the order they're already in. So all we got to do now is spin the wheel. Okay, I think I want Hostage. I want a good thriller. Has nothing to do with a plane. Come on. Nope. I get the oldest. My paper says oldest to newest. So oldest would be the first one. So I'm reading The Twin by Natasha Preston. I really love her books. She's a YA thriller writer, and says Iris is watching me from the window, but she's not in her bedroom, she's in mine. So they're twins that haven't lived together for years. One lived with the mother and one lived with the father after the divorce. And I think one is trying to take over the other's life. One of those situations. So I'm excited for this one. I haven't read a thriller in a while. Okay, and then to catch up with Buzzword, I need a book from April, and that was an emotion. For that, I chose Logan Foster in the Shadow of Doubt. Doubt is an emotion, so there's that book. For May, it was something with a flavor, and I had a very, very limited amount. So one of the reasons I was pushing so hard to get Stephanie Plum on there is because after Hard 8 in the series, there's a novella called Visions of Sugar Plum. So I'll be reading a Christmas novella in June. But that's okay, maybe some cold weather will cool me off down here in Texas. And then June's buzzword is other, and I'm going with The Other Mr. Darcy. This is a Pride and Prejudice retelling. I have read it plenty of times in the past, and I remember loving it. So this one, Darcy's cousin from America comes to visit the Darcys, and I believe Caroline Bingley is infatuated with him, and she kind of meets her match in an American. It was really charming, and you can't help but root for Caroline, if I'm remembering correctly. So those will round out Buzzword for me and catch me up. Another big stack to add to the 21 books that are already on my TBR for June. So we're adding 9 books, I believe, if we're counting the ones from my Nook. So 30 books for the month. And today's already, I think, the 4th. Uh-oh. At least I'm on brand. It's not me unless I'm running behind or trying to do too much. Speaking of which, I don't know which order things are coming out. I've got a bunch of videos ready to go to catch all up on Aurelium. And in the meantime, I am going to be trying something new. And I'm excited about it. And this will hopefully help me with the stack. It's a little game. So keep your eyes peeled. It will come out sometime this month. Maybe, I have no idea what my order is going to be, but this will be out before that. So anyway, I hope y'all will be back to see what trouble I'm going to get myself into. And let me know what you're reading for Buzzword this month, if you are in fact doing it, or if you're doing TBR Knockout or Read Your Bookshelf. Anyway, enough from me. Have a great one, and I'm out of here. Bye, y'all.